Hey guys, this is Thomas over here, nursemoneytalk.com. And in this video, I'm going to talk about just how much it sucks precepting nursing students. And honestly, like if you agree with that statement, you don't have to agree with anything else I have to say in this video. But if you agree with that one statement, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, because on this channel, I talk about all things related to nursing student, and of course, nurse life. And that thumbs up will really help the channel in terms of growth. But on another video, I had mentioned about, in kind of like similar sentiments, like how hard it was precepting, new nurses or new hires to a department. And when it comes to precepting nursing students, you run into a lot of like the exact same thing, right? They slow you down. It's not anything on, on that particular nursing student. It's just kind of the nature of what it is, right? You're teaching, right? I mean, that's what you're doing. Like you're teaching, you're educating the next generation of nurses. Something I will add that I feel like most nurses take for granted, because I do think that that is a much bigger deal than at times that we think it is, right? They slow you down, you're given the same workload, right? Even though now you have a shadow that's like following you from room to room, asking you questions, just kind of throwing off kind of like your rhythm and everything else. It might not be a good fit, right? Different students have different personalities, not to mention different students are just like, you didn't sign up for it, and now like they're just, different personalities are just gonna clash and butt heads. Like, I'll just kind of leave it at that, but I think you guys will know what I mean by that. Or you could have students actually that are doing some very odd things that are potentially like not safe. And since that is technically your patient, that falls back on you. So it's like now you're trying to police, this other student, and because some of them will try to overstep their boundaries, right? You could also be in a situation where you don't like teaching, right? Even though nursing in and of itself, like, I know we do a lot of patient education and stuff like that, and teaching stuff is an inherent part of inpatient nursing. It is important to mention that there is a difference between, if you're teaching some care plans, post whatever, and actually signing up to be a teacher, which is in essence what you're doing when you are precepting a nursing student. You could have a confidence issue, right? Because at times they'll throw these nursing students in with maybe nurses who, barely off orientation, right? Maybe barely a year in. And so you're still trying to get, kind of find your own rhythm, because it takes some time. And now you have somebody else. And I've definitely seen situations where it's just a confidence thing, because this is somebody who's like a year and a half out. And that's a difference following that nurse versus somebody who's been doing this for like 15 years, like on the same unit. At that point, I mean, it's just different, night and day difference. And then, in my opinion, to the thing that makes a lot of this even worse is that these departments, right, these facilities, these hospitals, they will throw this on you without any heads up, right? And I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person where, like, as I'm coming to work, I kind of have like a rhythm of where I'm going. Like, I'm getting into a mindset. I know what I'm doing. So for those of you who follow the channel, like, you'll know that at the moment I'm working GI, and so we get assigned different areas or whatever. So if I know that I'll be doing, for example, like sedations for the week or something, then, coming in that Monday, for instance, it's like I already know it. Like, I'm kind of gearing up for it. Like I'm already in that mindset. And then now you throw something else on there, and then it's like it throws me off. Like it just does. And I know some of you guys can relate. It's kind of like a similar thing with, being floated off your unit to somewhere else. It's an inconvenience, it's annoying, but I think a big part of that is you're already geared up for being one place, and now you almost kind of have to like shift gears and go somewhere else. Even with all of that, I would highly encourage you to just make sure that you're being kind to to the student nurse that's following you. I know it's an inconvenience, it is, but you need to remember that we were all there at some point or another, right? We all had to go through nursing school. We all had to go through clinicals, right? And most importantly, for some of y'all listening to this, you will know that you have experiences with nurses that you were following who just made your life difficult. And you know that you probably still have memories. You probably could still remember the name, how that person looked. They just made life difficult for you because, students they don't, they want to go to nursing school. They didn't sign up to follow you or anybody else. They're just told to show up, and this is the person they're gonna get. So don't make a student have to dread coming onto your unit just because of you. Now, granted, I'm not saying like, you have to cater to a student that's just being ridiculous. That, you're the charge nurse, your manager, like the clinical instructor of that school, you have avenues to deal with that. But if you have like a legit student who is hustling, trying to learn, asking questions here and there, and just overall just trying to be helpful, I mean, my goodness, like, just do what you can within reason to help them out and make sure they have a good experience. Because ultimately, here's the thing, especially if you are an older nurse, it doesn't even matter, even if you're not an older nurse, these are the individuals who could at some point be taking care of you, your significant other, your kids, your parents, your whoever. These are the same people who could be doing that. These are the next generation of nurses. And so you want to be hopefully in a situation where you're helping to train up good, solid, and stellar nurses, if for nothing else, for that reason alone. So in the next videos that you will see that will show up over here to my left, I'm going to go through and talk about some ways that you can be a better preceptor, or if you're on the flip side of that and you're going to be on orientation, some ways you can get the most out of your nursing orientation. So check those out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you very soon in one of those next videos.